look at your transition to LA playing for the Lakers, what has that been like versus expectations versus reality so far for you?
Yeah, expectations has been a reality. Very happy where I am. Team's looking great, but we're a team who lay our hats on defense, and coming in, that's what we said. From day one to camp, we said we want to be a team that executes defensively, and we're the number one team in defense right now in the league. So we want to make sure that we continue that all year. Offense is still a little struggle, but we're not scoring as much as we can, but we find a way to get it done. So that's going to take time. The more we get to learn each other and play with each other, but defense has kind of been our focal point, and we have been able to execute that plan.
In the same way, your relationship with LeBron James, and on the court, you guys are leading the league as far as duos and points. What has that been like, just getting lessons from him? What have you learned so far from him?
Yeah, man, he talks to me all the time. Especially during the game. He has a great basketball mind. His IQ is off the charts, and he sees plays before it happens. Some of the passes he make during the game, I just like, man, how the hell you make that? So, but we're constantly learning each other, and I'm picking up so much information from him. When I'm playing, like, oh, slow down, or do this, or no, they're doing here, so look here. And he tell me and I'll do it, it'd be wide open, or the skip pass would be wide open. And I'm just constantly learning from a great mind. The one thing about him, he wants guys to learn from him. He pushes the information, he gives information, and it's on you to take it, but he wants to win. And he got his whole Watch King and, his little thing going on. So, he got a chip on his shoulder too. So we kind of like that helping hand for each other.
So when you got here, the big thing was him allowing you to be that number one guy, right?
Yeah.
How much did you have to feel like, listen, I have to go get it? Like, it's not something that can be said, but I have to really go get it.
Yeah, it was tough on me because I've done it in New Orleans, but that's because, like, hey, you have to. Now it's like, all right, well, we're going to split this 50-50, and when he came out, like, nah, this is yours. Like, I'll play the second guy. We going through you. And I was like, all right, well, and then there's the Lakers. So now AD comes to the Lakers, bigger spotlight, media is bigger, does AD have what it takes? So I'm like, all right, man, I had to really like wrap my head around, okay, this is gonna be a fun year. It's not gonna be tough, not gonna be hard, it's gonna be fun. Let's have fun with it. And so I tell them all the time, most importantly, no matter what we do, let's have fun. Let's enjoy this. We know the pressure's gonna be on us. The media gonna scrutinize us. Let's have fun with this. The more we have fun, and the more we can block out that white noise and that outside noise, and focus on what we're supposed to focus on in the locker room, we'll be all right.
So, you talked to me earlier about your conversation with LeBron when he first got there and just being the leader, but how much was it, he's driven, he's as focused as he's been to win a championship. How driven have you guys been in your conversations together?
Yeah, the one thing I learned about this team, that we're very poised, and it starts with Bron. He's always calm in every situation. Something happens, we have a turnover, a bad play, miss a big shot, they score, they go on an 8-0 run, coach called timeout, Bron look around, and we looking at him, we're fine, man. We're on the road up 2, man. That's what they're supposed to make a run, right? So now everybody's calm and collected. Whereas, me, I'm like, man, we can't lose this game. We was up 13. I'm like, man, come on, we gotta. And so now it helped me just from the simple fact that, all right, they go on an 8-0 run, 10-0 run. We get the ball, or I get the ball in the post on the wing or wherever. We still calm like it's the start of the game. And we're able to make big plays, so he's been here very, very helpful.
So you're going to return to New Orleans later this month. What is that going to be like for you?
November 27th.
November 27th. It's a Wednesday.
Yep.
What are the emotions going to be like for you?
I don't know. I mean, being there 7 years, and it's crazy because I talked to LeBron about this because he was in
He went
Cleveland,
back to Cleveland.
and I asked him. I said, when you went to Miami, first off, how were you when you left Cleveland? Like, obviously you left free willingly. Like, I had to ask for a trade, but you know, what was your emotions? He's like, man, I was scared. I was scared. I didn't, you know, and that was the same thing with me, you know, because I've been so accustomed to being in New Orleans, and I love that city. Like, I love the city of New Orleans. I got so many friends there that turned family, you know. So multiple properties there. Like, New Orleans is a part of me, and it was tough for me to walk away from that. So when I go back, I'm gonna have mixed emotions. And it's all because a great 6.5 years, and then that last half, it was, you know, so it was just like, you know, I know the fans gonna boo me. You know, I got booed when I was still playing there, you know,
Right.
so, but it's gonna be fun for me. Like, man, it's another game. You know, I just want to win a game. You know, I don't care what AD had 10 points. They shut him down. All right, I want to win. You know, but I was talking with someone the other day, like, you think they're gonna give you a tribute video? I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know. That's on them. I mean, it's on them, you know. I said, I've done a lot of great things on and off the floor for the New Orleans, and I don't regret it one bit. Like I said, I'm closely tied with the city, and so if they do, you know, then I just much appreciate it. If they don't, then I understand why not, you know, but it's gonna be a fun game. I think that's a game of the year for me, just because I've never been through it. So it's like, you know, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna play well? Like, I know I'm gonna be nervous. I never get nervous before a game, but I'm probably be nervous that game.
You mentioned, you know, the last half, there was a little bit of friction between you, the two sides. When you look back, is there anything you think you would have changed, would have done differently at all?
No. I probably would never flick the fan off. But it was just like a thing in the moment, man. You know, like, you just think about like all the stuff you gave to the city and how much good you've done for the city. And, you know, once you feel like you need to move on, obviously, you know, it's going to be friction from the fans, the organization, like, which is natural. It's what's supposed to happen. No one wants to see their guy leave. But it was just like, last game, couple games left, and it just kept going. And it was just like, hey, man, 3 weeks passed, there's a month passed, and it just never stopped. And it was just like, it was weighing on me a little bit, like, man, like, should I wait at the end of the season or like whatever? But, you know, and the fans just hit me with something. It was just like, it was just all the emotion bottled up in one. It just happened, you know. So that's the one thing I do regret about, you know, flicking the fan off. But the way I handled the process and everything, no.
Being a son of Chicago, what does it mean to be the guy that's out there as the focal point of Chicago?
It means a lot, being here, you know, being from here. You know, I'm trying to take over the city, you know, to some extent. And, you know, All-Star comes here, you know, trying to do a lot there. So
when you look at your legacy, you know, you have players like Derrick Rose, Isaiah Thomas, Jabari Parker, all from Chicago. How much is Chicago embroiled in your legacy and how you want it to, you know, to be viewed as?
A ton. You know, I always watched Derrick Rose as I grew up. You know, Memphis, the years with the Bulls. You know, he inspired me a lot, and I don't even think he knows that. And we're really close. But you know, the way, you know, a guy from Chicago sacrificed a lot for the game of basketball, and, you know, made it to college, made it to the league, and was doing special stuff, MVP. And for me, in the same exact situation, like, Pooh made it out. Like, he's in the league living his dreams, why can't I? And so I was going through the same thing. But the thing was, I wasn't Derrick Rose, I wasn't recognized. So my path is a little different. And I thought about quitting basketball, I wasn't good enough, all these doubts, and I was able to constantly just watch D Rose, play with passion, represent Chicago, and then being home actually helped me more, maybe more so him. I was able to watch him and like, man, the way he plays inspired me. And so I was able to just continue to work, and I was able to get to where I am now.